Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 14th to the 22nd. Let's get right into things. We'll be just doing a bunch of spreads today, guys. Just a bunch of spreads. I'm going to be doing a general, touching on a little bit of everything. I'll break out into relationship, touching on some career at the end. We'll see what we have going on, but let's pull a Moonology card first as a crowning. Let's see what we have going on here. Whoa, if we could get it. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node, Leo. Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, you guys have in the ninth house is going to be the astrological new year for you guys. That's where the equinox, the sun moving into Aries on the 20th is going to be happening for you. So that ninth house is really about your personal philosophy, your moral code, your moral compass, kind of what it is that you sort of want for your life, right? Just your general the outline of what it is that you want for your life. So don't let your past hold you back in anything, right? We have the sun is going to be really shining very brightly down onto that ninth house, which has to do with just your belief system, higher education, traveling. Those of you guys who are in business, right? And you're really looking to get your business out there. The ninth house has to do with marketing. It has to do with advertising. It has to do with negotiation. So don't let any sort of fears of anything that's gone on in the past get in your way. Ooh, there's the idea of entrapment here. Very interesting. We'll see how that works in. So this is a healing oracle, the entrapment. It's just recognizing that you may feel very trapped in something right now. So there could be some sort of either job, a relationship, some sort of family situation that you can't really find your way out of right now for the moment. But with the South Node, there has to be this necessary release so that you're not feeling entrapped in a particular situation. And then we have mending. Oh my gosh, I love this. We have entrapment and mending. Mending's all about healing, obviously. We don't need any real interpretation there. But whatever it is, there's going to be this forward movement, right? You understand, like, this is what I'm feeling. This forward momentum, I feel like, is going to be happening for you. So let's pull the first round of Celtic cross spreads and let's see what we got. Let's see, what might you be feeling? Let's just pull, what might you be feeling entrapped on? Why don't we just pull a couple of energies on that? So we have the King of Pentacles. So it could certainly have something to do with money. It could have something to do with your ability where you feel like held back. You want to make the most of your assets, your talents, your gifts and abilities, but you may be feeling very held back in that way. If you feel very trapped in a situation where you're in a relationship or a family circumstance where you feel like you're working really hard at something, right? And you like the idea of being settled in something, but you have no patience for those who are looking to take what's yours right now. And so you feel kind of trapped in a situation. You're not able to see your way out of it. You're feeling very self-protected in this particular area. This Four of Pentacles, that's what that's about. It really is about security, being very focused on the idea of security, protecting yourself and watching your resources and watching out for yourself. It has to do with the relationship. You may be in the space of just looking to protect yourself or just being very concerned about, the bottom line is like, do you have enough money just to be secure moving forward, and you being in that space. But I do like, for those of you who maybe are working in a position part-time, when the Four of Pentacles shows up, it usually means you getting more of a full-time position. Let's see what you need to let go of from your past. Six of Swords energy. You have to, this is about, moving away from any toxicity. We don't let the past hold you back. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is all about moving on. Yeah, don't let your past hold you back. You need some space from something. There's got to be some space from something here. Moving away from whatever's been getting in your way that's making you feel entrapped. Yeah, it's time for a new cycle for sure. We have the Page of Pentacles. Very nice energy about being very hardworking, right? Putting a lot of work into something. But this leaving, this, not allowing your past to hold you back may be a lot easier in word, in theory than in application. But let's see what we have for the mending. All right, so some of you may be needing to mend some sort of family situation because we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So yeah, this is a family situation. There might be a need to mend some sort of deep commitment that you're involved in, which could have to do with anything having to do with either family marriage, anything like that. There might even be the need to mend something regarding some sort of property or legacy, inheritance kind of thing. Anything that's sort of shared, there's a need to mend something there. Yeah, and then we have the Empress energy. So this could literally, like, if it has to do with inheritance or a family situation, something that, because the Empress is mother, right? She's the mother of the tarot. So maybe resolving something having to do with maybe an inheritance from a mother. Where this could have to do with mending after something going on with one of your children, finding each other again after maybe having a baby and allowing life to get in the way. You know, the Empress energy is about, you know, fertility as well. But just mending after a period of like growth and or this idea of mothering, of growing something. It does seem like there's the energy of being very lost and caught up in the wrong thing, and there's going to be mending head from all of that. Okay, so that's what we have for that, which I did not do those for other signs, but I felt called to do that just because those are so like clear to me that something needs to be healed. Let go of the past because you're feeling very trapped, at least energetically, in something. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have the Fool energy coming in. So the Fool's all about, you know, fresh path, you know, uncharted territory, taking a calculated risk. So if this does have to do with relationship, this could mean meeting somebody brand new, right, that you did in the recent past. Or this could be the idea of doing something differently within a current relationship than you were before, really kind of going with the flow. If this has more to do with like career, this is a new path, a new opportunity. Could even be a new approach to a current situation that you're in, like a current position, or anything new, like a new investment, new, right? Just make sure that you prioritize your responsibilities to move ahead smoothly. This can include something to do with technology. So you can be meeting somebody new on the computer, right? Which is how a lot of people on the internet, it's how a lot of people meet. That makes sense, right? Because again, this is Uranus energy, and Uranus rules technology. Or you could be doing something new in technology, or having something to do with the internet. Okay, so let's see where you're at right now. So, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, first thing that the Wheel of Fortune I think of is a turning point. There's a turning point in a situation, all right? It does indicate good luck because it's a Jupiter energy. It's fate, it's change, it's the need to take a chance. Somebody from the past, though, something from the past could be coming back. So if this has to do with a relationship, this could certainly indicate somebody from an ex-interest or an ex-partner. Let's say like that, because you didn't necessarily have to be in a relationship with them. Maybe this was somebody who you were really into at one point, and then things fell away, and now whatever, they come back around to like, hey, what's going on? But you need to think about the last time you guys were in a connection. You really need to think if it has like this, you know, a good enough foundation, a good strong enough bones, right, to make it work this time around. If so, great, because this Jupiter energy is about luck and expansion. But if not, it probably won't go so well if you feel like you're trying to fit a circle in a square, and you'll know where you're at. Now, if this just as career or money goes, this is good news coming in. You know, just make sure you prioritize, make sure you exercise integrity, right, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's all about integrity here. But there's a turning point here, and there's the idea of taking a chance, right, is the energy of this, okay? And you being very willing to do this. There's a willingness here. We have this being crossed by the moon. So the moon, though, let's see, I mean, for a relationship, this has to do with confusion and disappointment, right? Maybe something was going on that you just feel like you felt really let down by somebody. And that lack of trust because they hurt you or they did something that compromised that trust, you know, it leads you to make this decision about the relationship. Now, you know, and it's going to mean something a little different for each of you, because this really is, it's about a crisis of faith and being very emotionally vulnerable, and it's water, it's the moon, so it's about illusions and that kind of thing. Now, if it has to do with career or money, you might achieve a goal, but ultimately feel that it wasn't even worth the effort. You know, emotions run very high in this energy regardless, right? So like your colleagues might be really negative, like very toxic colleagues you might be dealing with, even though money matters might be like stable, right? Maybe, of course, maybe you want more, but they're stable, but you want more satisfaction from your work than just your paycheck. So you may be in this space where it's like, okay, where I'm at right now, I'm feeling kind of disillusioned about everything, but I want something new. Maybe you want to go back to something that you used to do for a living. You want to revisit some sort of relationship that you were with in the past because of something that you're feeling very disillusioned with by right now. Or this energy comes back and is like, hey, let's do things differently this time, but you're remembering that last go around and it's getting in your way. So it's, again, it's going to manifest a little differently for each of you, but it's this idea of reaching a point, needing to take this chance, but you being like, I'm not so sure, right? Now, as the crowning, we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a very nice energy. I love it. It's a minor arcana, but it's very nice. And first of all, this has to do with property, family, again, inheritance, generosity, support. If you've been struggling financially, things getting better, so good, money coming to you. This could also indicate someone from your past offering you support right now. Because it's Pentacle, it's mental, emotional, and physical connection. So it really could be something as simple as somebody calling you up from the past and saying, hey, what's going on? How you holding up with the weird world we live in right now? You know, and then just kind of wanting to be there for you. So it could certainly show up like that. Now we have as the foundation, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is a hard-working energy. It's putting a lot of work into something. It's for the world, three of the Trinity. I always say with this card, to me, the Seven of Pentacles is very much seven in general is where heaven comes down to earth, I do believe, energetically. Again, because it's the four of the world and the three of the Trinity, and it's where they intersect. So this is about working really hard and the strong, strong, strong potential for success. So whatever your situation is, whether it's a family situation, a job, a relationship situation, don't give up. Whatever you're putting a lot of effort in right now, don't give up. You're almost there. Your future self is going to thank you. Your future self is going to think, even if you're not feeling very fully confident, it does seem like don't abandon something just yet. Even if you feel like, I can't do this anymore. Not yet, not yet. Hang in there. We got the Three of Cups energy right now is where you're at. I like this. You are feeling a circle of support. You're going through some sort of healing right now, Leo. I feel like if it's not emotional healing, it's physical healing. There's some good healing going on here. Such a good energy for new relationships. 3 is the number of creation. So if your relationship has been challenged, there's healing. Great energy if you're meeting somebody new. If you've been having a lot of challenges in work, this is a good energy. Very kind of like a renewed kind of thing. Listen to me. Kind of a renewed kind of energy. Can I stop saying kind? Okay. So I like it. Celebratory vibe. Even if things aren't 100%, make sure you're not over partying, only a little something, something. You guys are Leos, after all. You like to have a good time. You're the 5th house of fun. But even if things don't seem totally solid, you are going to have I don't know, whether it's your family supporting you, you have solid friends, a partner, there is a certain level of circle of support and you healing from something. You're definitely getting past something. Now, an energy that's external to you, that's impacting you right now, we have the Magician reverse. The Magician reverse is a very scattered energy. This is an energy of wasting resources, but this is external to you. This is the energy that's surrounding you or a person who's external to you. So you're sort of dealing with this energy, scattered, wasting resources, unfulfilled potential having to do with something. So for example, if this has to do with a career, it's you're working with or for a person where they have so much potential, but they're all over the flipping place and they're really very toxic, and you're recognizing this. Or your place of work just can't get their act together. Or this person that you want to be in this relationship with, they're just very scattered. They, and because of that, they're not able to be very firmly grounded, in this energy. That's kind of what can happen here. This can also be like a trickster energy where you feel like you might be being misled by like somebody who's actually like a very charming manipulator, like a smooth, gifted, like bullshit artist. This could also indicate where you might be struggling with a very creative block right now, right? Where there's this challenge in problem solving and communicating, right, with somebody. So it's, you know, but here you are, right, with the Three of Cups. You know you're okay. You have people supporting you. You have people in your corner, but you're dealing with this bit of a messy energy here, which is very interesting. Now, your challenge here is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is about feeling like you can genuinely be a free spirit within whatever this is. Okay? I mean, this is... First of all, this does indicate it's the right time to express your ideas and really go after what it is that you want, and just don't allow this idea that you need to be perfect and you need to have all your ducks in a row and you need to have everything figured out right now. Don't worry about that. I feel like there's a challenge there. It's like almost like you're putting a lot of stress on yourself, needing to be perfect, having to do with that new career you want to go after, that job, that relationship, whatever it is. It's almost like you want to be this free spirit, but it's I'm not even going to say you're getting in your own way. You're feeling vulnerable. There's this vulnerability about it, right? With it in your challenge position. Now we have the Knight of Wands in the near future. So the Knight of Wands is really about firing up your ambition. I mean, this is like things speeding up, blocks being lifted, right? Decisions coming in, right? In any area of your life that you've been waiting to move forward in. So because this is a general read, it could be in that relationship, that job, you having epiphanies, finally being able to problem solve, right? Where you weren't able to before, now you're able to see things a lot more clearly. And then look at what we have here, beautiful Ace of Wands, lovely. This is auspicious for all parts of your life. This is new beginnings, new projects, new contracts, a new career, new enterprise, creativity being off the charts, fabulous, very creative energy with the wands, coming up with great ideas, conception of ideas, and that could go for family too, guys. This is also an energy of virility, right? So this is Ace of Wands is very good for getting pregnant if that is the space and stage that you're at in your life. New chapter of passion, creativity, motivation, fill in the blank. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous as the final outcome. But I feel like it's not going to come easy. I feel like you're going to need to work past some sort of like, I almost want to say misguided energy, misappropriated energy. I don't know. Somebody who just kind of can't get out of their own way. But I do see you getting some support here. I do see some support. I feel like this is kind of textual. Let me just pull another energy here. So there's going to be a little bit of delay. We have the Sun in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. I really like this. I'm not mad at the Sun is never negative. But there's just the Sun in the reverse can just indicate some delay. They could, you know, like a temporary delay. Being in a space of waiting. If you feel, some of you may feel right now currently like you're slipping into a little bit of a depression. Be very mindful of that and be very glass half full if you can, because it does look like the energies are going to be shifting in your favor. I like that we got the Eight of Pentacles here. This is a good energy because in general, this is you having a very logical and diligent approach to whatever that work situation is, whatever that relationship situation is. And 8 is the number of mastery. So you being able to figure out what the right thing is for you and you being able to go in that way. So if it's a relationship where you feel like you're with somebody who is just not able to get out of their own way and just step up to the plate, and they're just, you know, manipulating a situation or just very scattered and they just can't focus, you're going to be in a space where you're going to be like, I don't know, do I really want that anymore? I'm not sure, you know. You're going to be figuring out exactly what it is that you need to be doing here. Same thing with this job, right? If you're dealing with somebody who's just like a messy energy having to do with work, or the energy of work is just messy, you're going to be figuring out what is necessary to fix it. But I feel like whatever area that this mess is in, you have support in another part of your life, which is good. So that is what I see for that. general. And let's pull for those of you who are looking for some messages having to do with relationship. So we'll do a Celtic cross spread on relationship, from you, and then we'll pull a couple of cards on somebody that you're dealing with. And the reason I'm doing a whole separate Celtic cross spread, guys, hands down, relationships are definitely the most requested, okay? I try to do work, career, money things. You guys know that. I typically work those into my readings as well. So we have the King of Coins coming into this energy. So, yeah, look, I mean, this is a really generous energy, right? This is somebody who prefers being in a settled relationship. Now, this could be you. This could be the energy that you're dealing with. Very nice. It's an Aries and Taurus energy, but this person has no patience for those looking to take what's his. So if you're in a situation where, and we could kind of spread that out into other areas, it's not only like money, it could be money, but it's not only money, where there's no respect for what you need in the relationship. There's just a recognition of what they need, right? Where you don't feel like there's this fair and balanced kind of give and take in that area. Now, because it's a coin energy, of course, it could have to do with money, where, maybe you have more money than a partner and your partner has this level of assumption or presumes that, there's going to be this equal sharing, or, the money is pretty equal on both sides, but for some reason your partner is pressuring you to give them more money, or to get another job and like an additional job, or to do more, be more. It's just like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I have to make sure I'm okay on my end before we could be in a healthy relationship. Like, there's got to be equality when it comes to what's brought to the table. And that goes for money, that goes for communication, that goes for intimacy. It can't be about only one person doing all the work, right, on one side. Obviously, it makes sense, but you being very, very mindful of that coming into this energy. So the current situation for this particular week, the 14th to the 22nd, we have the Magician as the first step. So the Magician is, it's a good energy. It's Mercury, right? Mercury is Gemini and Virgo energy. It's about communicating in order to problem solve. So, having to do with the relationship, communication is improving here, right? Through a deeper understanding of each other's needs. This is what's necessary. Maybe even deciding to go into some sort of joint venture. Let's buy a house. Let's have a baby. Let's open a business. Let's do something. But this is being crossed by the Five of Wands. Energy, is that Wands or Swords? Wands. Okay. So the Five of Wands energy is about battle of wills, feeling very competitive with one another, and there being this very definitive lack of agreement, strong opinions, fighting to be heard. So, you want to heal. You want to have that deepening of communication that the Magician offers, but you're having this this battle of the wills about what's right, what's not right. And there's no question that you're in this space inside your own mind where you're like, I don't know what the right answer is for me. Because here is this High Priestess energy. And, right now, you just might be holding some things secret, right, about how it is that you're feeling. Some of you may be holding part of your... My microphone fell, sorry. Maybe holding part of your life secret, right? Maybe you're in some sort of secret love affair, or you have things going on in your life that you're not telling anybody about. Like even your closest friends and family members really don't know exactly what's going on, right? Now, the foundation is the Lovers, and the Lovers is always about the need to make a decision in the relationship. So if everybody's on the right page, Archangel Raphael is going to bless it. If not, you have to step back and reevaluate, because everybody needs to be on the same page here. Now, that doesn't mean that the scales are always going to be equal, but it means everybody's got to be equally willing to put the work in. And if somebody is... Now, Leo, you're going to have to ask yourself the big, $10 billion question. You may know what's necessary to fix a relationship, to deepen it, to bring it to that next space, but do you want to? And that's the question that's being asked here. You know, do you want to? Now we have the Four of Cups energy and it's in reverse. So this is a new outlook and you're vibing a new direction. And there are new options available to you right now in relationship. And you're becoming very aware of that. You're realizing that whatever's been going on in this situation, you're not beholden to it. Meaning, this is what I'm feeling here, okay? I'm feeling like you're in it if they are in it with you. If they're not in it with you, you do have the realization that your world is not going to end. Your world's not going to end. Now, the external energy that is impacting you right now is the Hermit energy. So the Hermit this is a problem-solving energy. So right now, honestly, if you're not with somebody right now, if you guys are on a break or if you're feeling very alone in the relationship, that's kind of a necessary step in the trajectory of this because something hasn't been working the way it's been working up to this point. And you need to really go within and figure out, do some like a personal truth and analysis session with yourself and figure out what it is that you really want. You know, it really is about that. Because something wasn't meant for you here. And this can just be a general energy where it's just time to do some solid work on yourself. Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo. I can say that. And some of you may be dealing with an energy who comes in and says, look, I need a break. I need to go do some work on myself because I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now. But I have to tell you, Leo, I feel like you're going to be disappointed. Of course, we have the moon here. This is disappointed, confused, feeling like somebody let you down, that, really feeling that lack of trust that the relationship can work, ends up leading you to making a decision. Because it's almost like somebody's going into the space saying like, I'm not sure how I feel. I need some time, or I need to figure things out, or, something like that. And you feeling sad and disappointed for sure, but you being like, I just feel like you're going to be okay. Sadness and disappointment. All right, but and the thing is too, part of your challenge is also going to be getting in touch with how you really feel under it all about this relationship. That might be hard for you to access right now, as well as the fact that there might be some secrets going on here, or you just feeling like there's just a lot more to the story than you are privy to. Or you might have more going on your end than you're actually sharing, right? But it does feel like there's this sort of like stepping away. But this is what's crazy is then we have the Four of Wands in the near future. What the hell? Now this does indicate a new partner opening up their heart and expressing their love and affection. I mean, we call this the honeymoon energy. This is very auspicious, right? For a relationship, but it's this idea of like there's more newness. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, like fire it up. I mean, this is like events speeding up because blocks are lifted, decisions coming in regarding this relationship that you've been waiting for as far as just moving forward. So I'm seeing somebody else come in here. Please don't come after me. If this is not your message, please don't try to make it fit. But it's really good because we got the Six of Coins. This is nice. I mean, this is just I have your back, you have mine kind of energy. This is beautiful. Well, first of all, if you've been struggling financially, things getting better. But somebody from the past, somebody that you know already, I feel like is just going to be kind of popping up and saying, hey, what's going on? And then we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, you're going to be confused. As the choices here and confusion and their commitment issues, you're not going to be sure what to believe, what not to believe, because everything's going to feel up in the air. But one thing that you're going to be vibing for sure is that there's a new cycle starting in your life. You're going to feel this very strongly. Five of Swords. So Five of Swords energy is there's a clash of desires and reality, right? And this tension and ongoing conflict. And you're not going to be able to win this. So for those of you who are still sort of in this energy, but then somebody new comes in, there's just not going to be this squaring away between what it is that you want and the reality of a situation. Then we have the Knight of Cups. And this is somebody who seems pretty damn perfect. You're very ready and open for real love. And it's a very emotional time. Being very wrapped up in a new partner. This is a proposal coming in. Like, come on, let's do this. So for those of you able to work out this Five of Swords emotional time, this conflict, where there's this absolute like lack of jive between what you want and the reality of a situation, if you could figure something out and your partner can be like, okay, hey, let's do this, because this is a very emotional time within an existing relationship. It definitely is. This is also the energy, though, of being wrapped up in a new partner. So two things can be true at once here. So, woof. Some readings just exhaust me. That was quite a ride. And that was very clear to me. Listen, that's just for this week, but I feel like a lot of things are going to be just sort of, the seeds are going to be popping open for sure this week. Let's pull some energies on this person, shall we? Let's use this. The zero cards always give us some good messages. Let's just pull a few, and then we'll pull a few for career, just for some closing messages for those of you. Okay, we have the Devil to start. Alrighty. Okay, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Queen of Swords. Oh, I need to put clarifiers on this. Okay, so we have the Devil energy. When we're dealing with this is always about imbalance. So this could have to do with you dealing with somebody's addiction, just difficult relationship here, controlling partner, people cheating, codependent patterns. You might even be in a space where there's some sort of financial dependence that's like this ongoing money or property thing that keeps you tied to the relationship, where it's that kind of like imbalance, so almost like an enslavement. I mean, in a sense, sounds very dramatic, but just a very like domineering kind of situation or energy. Clarifying that, we have the Page of Coins. So this is, I don't know, I mean, this is like, this is new. This is a personification of Earth. So this is progression and a beginning, having to do with like a new mental, physical, or emotional connection. So it's like there's imbalance, and then it's almost like a release valve in another area here. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is very restless energy, very bored, very apathetic, feeling very sort of like disillusioned, and just not feeling very happy with the relationship. And then we have the Knight of Coins, which is about being very, Leo, you just might be in this space where you're realizing that, loyal and dependable is awesome, but if there's an energy that's really kind of boring, or they're not very communicative, they're not very demonstrative in their affection, because that's important to you. You're a fire sign. You guys rule romance. So the demonstrative element is very important. Depending on what you're looking for, this person can be your rock, but they also may lack the excitement to really sort of, keep you interested for the long term. And it's like you're very mindful of that, and you're very sad about it. We have the Five of Cups here, so there's sadness here, and something ending before you feel really, really, really ready for it to end, even though if you've been vibing that something needs to end. But you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to deal with it and move on and assimilate the stress, the sadness, whatever it is, to really create this new start for yourself. But there is this sadness here initially. And we have this clarified by the Page of Wands. So I mean, like, hello? I mean, this is very nice. This can be just a new energy coming in, that's very fiery, very fiery. But the little caveat with this that I do always want to say with the Page of Wands is that this does mean a new cycle. So let's say if you're in, because everybody's story is going to be a little different, right? You're not all going to resonate with the same. Let's say your partner's like, that's it, I see the light, I want to start a new cycle with you. Let's try for sure this time, right? Let's go to therapy, whatever we have to do things differently. what they're promising you may seem, the idea of it may seem very seductive for you to kind of get on board with, but at the end of the day, you're still going to be feeling rather, and I hate to say this, but kind of underwhelmed. You're just not going to be really into it. Now, those of you who are meeting somebody new, and this page indicates somebody new, somebody may seem a lot more fabulous at first than they really are. And it could be because you're just like maybe not in a happy space in this relationship that you feel like is sort of ending, and just the idea, and this sounds desperate, but it's not. I want you to understand how I'm getting it here. It's almost like the idea of somebody new is just exciting in and of itself. So you might be putting some bells and whistles on this person that they didn't even put on themselves, right? So somebody upon closer inspection maybe not like maybe quite as fabulous as you initially thought, but in theory they make sense for you to transition into a new period in your life, because the bottom line is you're all about the truth right now. You really are. I mean, the Queen of Swords is about being determined, standing strong, finding strength in the adversity of a situation, and just being very motivated to find out the truth and the psychological motivation of not only a person, but just of the whole situation, and being very honest with yourself about it. You just don't want to play anymore. As it's Virgo and Libra's ruled by Venus, and Venus is like, how are you feeling in this really? And you have to be honest. And Virgo's all about solving problems. So if you're not feeling good, you have to just move on and have Page of Cups is new, right? New potential partner on the near horizon. And that is what I'm getting here. All right, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's pull some cards for career. Okay. Okay. So let's clarify these, to be fair. Yeah, it looks like there's been some disappointment in an idea that you had going in a particular direction, or maybe you were doing something and it suddenly like either came to an end, you were betrayed. We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is the card of pain. So this could be either betrayed, by somebody at work, or this could be that you're just depressed about your job. It could just simply be that, right? And this is like the pain of the realization of all of that, right? You could be very confused, just not feel like you're appreciated. But when this shows up, it means like the clouds of doubt are leaving. Something's leaving here. And then we get the Emperor energy, which is really like, in a nutshell, being your own boss. I mean, the Emperor energy is about leadership, right? And it's you coming in and doing what you need to do, things getting organized, balanced, things just going well. But the thing is, you being in this space where you got to figure out, right, if what you're doing doesn't motivate you or give you joy or impassion you, and you're feeling stifled by it, you got to go. So if something is like you get up and you go to work each day and you feel depressed, or you feel very unsatisfied, or you feel underappreciated, right? You have to okay, you got to be honest. You're going to be honest with yourself. Like, I don't know, is this even like what I want to be doing anymore? And then we have the Five of Wands in reverse. I like this about solving problems and finding harmony, finding success. This is a card of success, the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Wheel. So, again, Wheel straight out of the gate is about a turning point and the need to take a chance on something. So this is good news coming in for sure. You needing to prioritize something. You might be taking a chance or turning back to something that you started at another point in time, or something that you were sort of like incubating in your mind about what it is that you wanted to do, having to do with a business or a project. Maybe you're returning to something that you started at one point, but It's a very positive energy. It's Jupiter. Jupiter's about luck and expansion. So I feel like you're in a turning point, almost like something negative happened at work that's ended up being a blessing, even though it stressed you out while you were going through it. We have the Empress energy. Who doesn't love this in a career spread? Hello. Yes, this is very this is all about growth. I mean, this is like a secure energy and money flowing in. You're able to support others. You're able to have the life that you want, you know? I mean, it doesn't mean like not having all the money in the world, but really being able to cultivate and nurture the life that you really want, having everything that you need. But this is not happening where your feet are standing right now. It does seem, I have to say, right? So we have the Three of Wands. Beautiful. One of the good fortune cards. This is a thriving business, busy, intense period. Making some really important connections, moving on to realize your plans. You might be doing something very different than you're doing now. You might be doing something, Leo, that's very considered unconventional with very unconventional people. And really, this is about basking in your unique self. Seriously, this is no time to hide your fabulous. It's just not, right? Honestly, balance is very important in this energy as well. You want to make sure you don't get swept up in anything. And then we have, so you're going to be in the space, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to be like, all right, what should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? This is about negotiating and needing to make a decision regarding more than one path. And it could be because you're recognizing that you feel a sense of lack or fulfillment, or something's not bringing you money, or you're not feeling as connected to whatever it is that you're doing, and you need to decide which needs to be put down. But you're going to be able to do that with the Magician energy without a problem. You know, I mean, again, this is just a great new beginning or direction in career. This can also indicate inspired leadership from just like a really solid, practical, and smart person who's able to problem solve, right? And the problem solving comes in here because remember, the Magician is Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is about communication. Virgo is about problem solving, because Virgo is the landlord of the sixth house of problems. So we do have a lot of problem solving here. So that could be you, or you could be dealing with an energy like that. But just crystallizing something that you're seeing in your mind's eye for yourself. So I really like this. This is about action and problem solving. You're not happy? What do you need to do to change things? Really nice. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back. Beautiful. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.